Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. We made it home. Woohoo! Well, I'm just home again. Zeffy will be here tomorrow. I miss my little girl. Yeah, I made it home. It took me almost 11 hours. I arrived here 15 minutes ago is when I walked in the door. Still have the car to unpack and figure out what I'm going to do for dinner and all that sort of stuff. But made it home. I left my older son's place at 7, just after 7 this morning. Drove up the road about an hour and a half and met my friend Nicole. And you all know, if you've been watching us, you know Nicole. She will be on tomorrow night. She's our functional blood work specialist who comes on once a month. So she'll be on tomorrow night. So we actually got to meet today in person. I stopped off at her place and she is literally right off the 15. I basically had to drive past her place to get home. So she says, just pull off, come see me. We'll go to breakfast. So we went to this, I can't remember what it was called, but it was this really cool place. I want to say it was like Popping Yolks or something it was called. Some weird name like that. And I had these Florentine, I absolutely love Eggs Benedict. Absolutely. I will do it. And I've done lox Eggs Benedict, Florentine, avocado, regular. I've tried all sorts of different ones. And so today I did the Florentine Eggs Benedict, but did ask them to put the avocado on. And I should have taken a photograph of it. This plate came out. It was massive. There was the 2 Eggs Benedict, perfectly cooked eggs, nice runny yolks on them. A good bit of cooked spinach on it. There was a salad to one side, and then there were all of these like cubed up potatoes, I guess for a hash brown. The whole meal was yummy. It was really good. The company even better. We sat there and talked for ages. It was like I got there, so I left at 2, got there, I left at 7, just after 7, got there around 8:30ish, and then I left her place, and then left her place at, I think it was like 11:20. So we had like 3 hours. It was almost 3 hours we had together. And so that was around 11:30 and I got home at 17:55. So that's 6 hours? 6.5 hours. Yeah, whatever that is. About 6.5 hours. But there was, and which I thought wasn't too bad considering the fact that there was a lot of traffic on the road heading east on the today. Even though it being Columbus Day and, a long holiday weekend for some people. I know some people were working today, some had it off. So I wasn't expecting that much traffic, but there was a lot of traffic, a lot of roadworks, and a lot of places where we got stuck in traffic for ages. We went from 2 lanes down to 1 lane. A lot of trucks on the road today too. I'm trying to think the last time I saw that many trucks on the road. But otherwise, it was a good run through. Then we got to exit 1 on Arizona, and they've got a Flying J or Pilot gas station right there. And I'm a member with Good Sam, and with Good Sam you get discounts. I think it's like 5 cents a gallon that you get off the 5 cents a gallon you get off their regular prices. And so I went from what did I pay? I went from $3.49 down to $3.44 a gallon. Sorry, 3.499 to 3.449. So yeah, and filled up while I was there. But they had a lot of problems with their pumps. People were having to go inside to pay at the prepay at the cashier's thing because some of the pumps were not taking cards correctly, which was my case. And then it just sat there with a blank screen looking at me, and I was like, fines. And the place was packed. You had cars lining up to get into the different pumps and all of that sort of thing too. And they have these big yellow, so when you come in, you go straight through. Well, people were driving around and coming through the other way and going opposite all the arrows that were marked in on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, no wonder there's such a circus. But it took me, I was there for about almost half an hour just to get my gas pumped after having to go inside, prepay, come back out and go inside and get the final receipt and the change. And then I finally got back on the road again, and I was sort of like, I ain't stopping. I just shot all the way through because it was only like just under 2 hours from there to home. And so I walked in the door at 17:55. And for those that don't know the 24-hour clock, that's 5:55 p.m. And I was like, can I get on by 6 o'clock? I tried my best and I didn't quite make it. I had several people I had to text that said, text me when you get home. And I was like, okay. So I had to make sure I sent all those text messages saying, got home, I just got home, just got home, just got home. But yeah, it was a good run through. And I have to tell you, I am still on a high from watching the kids this week, the last 4 days. It's been amazing. I woke up this morning with a raging sore throat. It was on fire. It was very hard to swallow. And I was like, what the heck? And my allergies have been playing up the last few days. In Arizona, I've still got some allergies that I deal with, but California, Virginia is the worst. If I go on the East Coast, it is the worst, my allergies. And I totally forgot about how the season changes, especially spring into summer. Winter into spring and summer into autumn totally affects my my allergies. And of course, I'm there during the change of season, during the autumn time, the fall time. And allergies been playing up all week. And I woke up with this raging sore throat this morning. Could barely swallow. I got my water and I took a drink, and it hurt so much to drink it. I'm like, I can't drink it. And I'm like, no, keep drinking. And so I had to keep swallowing. And the more water I put down my throat, the less pain it became. And I also had my On Guard throat drops as well. And so sucked on one of those. And this is at 4:30 this morning. So yeah, I've been awake since 4:30 this morning. Absolutely exhausted, ready to go to bed, but I've still got to unpack the car and figure out what I'm going to do for dinner, because I totally forgot to, when I did my shopping before the trip, I forgot to get something to have in the house for when I came back from the trip. So yeah, but had this raging sore throat. It finally went away. And I also had my Melaleuca roll-on with me. And again, it's down behind the ear, down here underneath the jaw on both sides, because both ears were blocked this morning. And then just taking the roller bit and rolling it around on the inside the shell of the ear on both, especially on this little piece here on the other side. So it's up against, so it's kind of against the hole, because I didn't have any cotton wool buds, the cotton wool balls, to put a couple of drops of Melaleuca on to help clear that. And like 30 minutes later, everything was starting to clear, the sinus was starting to clear. They were still blocked in a big way, but there was a lot less gunk in there. So by the time I got up to see Nicole, like most of it had cleared out. I still had the blocked sinuses going on. I got to meet her dog Moose, who sometimes we see on the when we're doing the lives. He sometimes has a golden doodle, and he just kept wanting to jump on me. So every time he jumped up, I just turned my back to him. And he eventually calmed down. Decided that's not worth it. He wanted to get tongue on face, and I was like, yeah, no, not happening with me. Dealing with dogs that jump, I just turn my back on them. So they either get my shoulder or they get my back. But yeah, totally friendly. A super nice dog. And then she's got Dixie, who is such a sweetheart. So yes, I got to meet the dogs and the cat, and but yeah, it was a really good. This place was just, the food was good. Had this really yummy green tea. And because I always do green tea when I have any throat or sinus issues. I usually put honey and lemon in there, but I only had the lemon oil with me. I didn't have any honey with me. So that was okay. But it was a good drive, as far as I can say. It was a great day. I am like totally and utterly exhausted. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Yeah, I'm exhausted. But I get to listen to some audiobooks. I put some music on at one point when I found myself drifting off with it. Like I was just so into the audiobook, I was just like drifting off with it. And so I was sort of like, yeah, we can't have that happening. So I put some music on and listened to some driving tunes and that sort of thing as well. And I did 3 stops counting the gas. So I did 2 rest area stops and stop at the gas, and that was it. As after I left Nicole and started heading home, but it was despite all the traffic and having the 2 lanes going down to 1, and of course there's a lot of trucks. So of course the trucks are in the right hand lane trying to get into the left hand lane because the right hand lane was closed, and in all instances when the lane was closed, it was the right hand lane. And so I just like backed off and gave them the space to get in there, but not enough room for the car that was sitting behind that had come speeding up behind the truck to try and get in as well. So like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So I kind of just like nudged forward a little bit so the car got the message like, you're going in behind, because when you merge, it's 1 for 1. It's not 2 for 1. It's 1 in the left, 1 in the right, 1 in the left, 1 in the right. You just do 1 for 1 when you're merging in traffic. And when you don't, and when you've got trucks, you know, you don't leave them a little space. You just back off and let them go in. And I flashed my lights at him so that he knew that he was clear to move across and that sort of stuff too. So, you know, you got to give them space. You got to give them space. The road is their workplace. So as long as you respect the truck drivers and things, I have the utmost respect for truck drivers. I really do. So if I can, whenever I overtake them, I make sure I get well past them before I go back in front. Some people will like cut in front of them, so they've got to slam their brakes on to try and avoid hitting this person who just like cuts them off. You got to give them, they don't stop on a dime. So I give them heaps of room. And if I know that there's a lane coming up and we're getting close to that area and they're going to need to move across, I just back off, so give them the room to move in as they need to. And some of them stuck their hands out the window and waved, and so that was kind of cool. But yeah, so it's been a really good day, and I got to say bye to my grandsons, which was kind of a little hard, and but I know I'm going to see them again, so yeah, it'll be fun. They all had the days off school and daycare today. One was closed, the preschool was closed for Columbus Day, and the older two, their school was closed for parent-teacher conferences. So yeah, that would have been fun. So, but anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to go and unpack the car and figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. I don't feel, maybe I'll just make a protein shake and be done with it. I'm just exhausted. But I do need to do a shop at some point too. So may have to, oh, I've got all these messages coming back. May have to do an Instacart order tomorrow, because I'm trying to figure out when can I go to the grocery store, because I have to be online at 8:30, and as soon as I finish that, I got to go pick up Seffi. By the time I get back from that, I have like 30 minutes, like about 30 minutes to an hour before I have to get on for work. So tomorrow morning's a complete write-off already. But anyway, that's it from me for today. We will catch you guys back here at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow time, back to our regularly scheduled time slot. Yay! So go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow evening. Oh, before I forget, one day only on Thursday. This Thursday, we've got Networking Next Level. It is going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. We normally, we're doing this one day. It's one day only. So come join us. If you want to, you can register for free. Come as my guest. If you go to haftonetwork.com, it's going across the bottom of the screen there right now. Come on, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm just super, super excited for Thursday. So come join us. Come join us. And we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, Konara.